In this video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about Nanite, when you should use it, its benefits, its limitations, and what it is. So Nanite is basically a very efficient way to render objects on a screen. The way it works is by breaking down meshes into a cluster of triangles. There are two ways to enable Nanite on your mesh. When importing a mesh into Unreal Engine, just make sure to check the Build Nanite box, then go Import, and when your mesh is imported, it will be imported with Nanite enabled. The second way to enable Nanite on a mesh is to open it up and go to Nanite settings, just check Enable Nanite support and go Apply Changes, and Nanite will be enabled on this mesh. In Unreal Engine 5.1, Nanite has been updated to work for material-driven animations and deformations via world position offset as well as opacity mask. This allows it to work a lot better with foliage meshes, so to enable Nanite on a foliage mesh, you just open it up and just check the Enable Nanite support and go Apply Changes. To see how Nanite breaks down meshes into clusters, drag in your Nanite mesh anywhere into your project. Then, to visually see Nanite enabled on your meshes, go over to Edit and go Project Settings, and if you're in the latest version of Unreal Engine, make sure SM6 is checked. Then if you go to Lit and go Nanite Visualization and select Clusters, you will see that each Nanite model has been split into many different individual colors. Each color represents one cluster, and the clusters will adjust based on many settings: the size they are on the screen, the distance away they are from the camera, and the resolution. Clusters will be reduced or removed when they're not visible on the screen. This allows Nanite meshes to be very optimized. And there are many different Nanite view modes, so I can go here and go Nanite Visualization and go Overview, and it will show me a view mode of all the different Nanite view modes. So, what are the benefits of Nanite? Nanite allows you to directly import high quality models into your projects. You can use photorealistic scans and high poly models without having to worry about how it will affect the performance of your game or project, as Nanite can handle millions of polygons being on the screen. Nanite automatically calculates LODs, so you do not have to worry about making multiple LODs for versions of your model, as Nanite can handle this. It makes kit bashing easier. If you're unfamiliar with kit bashing, it's basically a concept where you take a bunch of models from different places and combine them to make a scene. Before Nanite, it was kind of inefficient to do this, as you would have to load in many different models from different places, which could drain the performance of your project. And then finally, Nanite compresses meshes very well. I'm going to show an image on the screen, and you can see a comparison between two meshes which have the same amount of triangles. You can see that the Nanite mesh is around 7 times smaller, so this can save a lot of space on your game. So, what are some of the limitations of Nanite? It does not work so well with closely stacked surfaces. This is when loads of meshes are stacked on top of one another. Nanite can do a good job of detecting static meshes and optimizing them, although when meshes are too close together, sometimes Nanite will not be able to determine which mesh is on top or bottom, which causes both meshes to be drawn simultaneously. This can result in overdraw, where the same pixel is drawn multiple times in a single frame, which isn't really efficient. Nanite also doesn't work with aggregate geometry. Aggregate geometry is geometry which has fine detail, such as the leaves on trees or hair. Although, as mentioned earlier, in Unreal Engine 5.1, they updated Nanite and it works a lot better with foliage, and Unreal Engine is continuously improving, so this could change. And just because it doesn't work that well with these types of geometry yet, it doesn't mean you can't still enable Nanite on these types of meshes. Nanite also only works with certain meshes. Currently, it doesn't support splines and skeletal meshes. So, when should you use Nanite? Nanite should be used where possible, as it will take up less memory on your computer and it will give you much better performance for your projects. The Unreal Engine documentation recommends you should use Nanite when a mesh contains many triangles, when a mesh has many instances in the scene, or if the mesh acts as a major occlude, so a big object which blocks light. For example, a big wall could be an example of this. So, that's all for this video. Hopefully you now know a lot more about Nanite. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!